Hello, and welcome to School Spirit. I'm so glad that you decided to take some time to be inspired. This is our first School Spirit of the year. Happy 2026. And I hope that this fills your heart with light and love as an educator, as a human being. We need it. I was thinking about the fact that educators are on the front lines. And when we think about being on the front line, usually what we think about is all the harm, right? We see that we are in harm's way, kind of in more ways than one when we talk about mentally, emotionally, when we talk about or think about the fact that these days, are our schools safe? We can think about the fact that we're on the front lines to see some trauma and hurt and all the deficits and the struggles that so many of our students face. We see it, we experience it every day that we are in that school, and it's on our minds a lot of times when we're not at school. But one of the things I've learned about resilience, that I've learned about grit through my personal experience and through the research, is you can reframe a thing. You can change how something sits in your mind and in your heart. So when I thought about our educators being on the front lines, I mean, protecting our kids, protecting our future in more ways than one. I also thought about the fact that so many teachers, people that decided to become educators, I believe are the most noble, honorable people. I mean, even if you're struggling, I don't believe that that's where it all began. For many of us, yes, I know people switch careers. Yes, I know people burn out and they become somebody they don't even recognize. But where we started, that light, hmm, that's who we want on the front lines. So, how about this? How about we reframe what it means for educators to be on the front lines? How about we say these people, for whatever reason, who are still in the classroom after the pandemic, after the violence that occurs in schools, they've decided, for whatever reason that is, to stay, to be on the front lines. Maybe these people have some power for change. See, not only are you on the front line for all the negativity you see, all the disruption, all the policies that are just messing up what education should be, you're on the front lines in the faces, in the hearts, in the minds of students, of our kids, of our future every day. So, what might that mean? Hmm, I'm on the front line and it's difficult. It's hard. I don't know if I want to be here. I don't feel safe. I don't feel protected and I don't feel honored, right? But you're also on the front lines for hope. Every day when those kids come in that classroom, somebody in that room might be the change agent. You might be the person that sees something in them. You're in the front lines of hope. You are on the front lines of change. You are on the front line of inspiration, trickling down some powerful quotes and uplifting kids and reminding them that they're more than a score and you see talent in them or you see and know that they can become more than their circumstances. See, you're on the front line for something bigger than just test scores, SATs, common assessments. You're on the front lines for hope, change, inspiration. That's what you're on the front lines for, too. See, you not only see the deficits, you see the opportunity. You see the opportunity for change. You see the opportunity to step in and be a leader or try something new. Now, I know it's easy for us to say these things, but I do believe we must be strategic. Just like being on the front lines in the war, you have to be strategic. So each educator has to decide how, in what way, daily, can I be impacting these kids in a way that's planting a seed that's beyond the curriculum, that's beyond the content. Well, I'm the teacher wellness guru. So, first and foremost, I'm going to talk about wellness. If we can focus on, for one, our wellness, taking care of ourselves the best way we can mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, socially, emotionally, then we can be on the front line of what a person looks like when they are dealing with challenges, but they're working on their wellness. Because we always have a choice of how we deal with something. Even though it's challenging, you're still there. And I know sometimes educators say, you know what? They're putting all this pressure on us to be well and to, you know, self care. And it's like a buzzword. And I do understand that. But I want to say to you, and I want to share with you, if you are in that classroom and you're deciding to stay for whatever reason, you need to protect yourself. And your wellness is like gear. Would you be a fireman without oxygen, without your hats and the coat and all of the gear that they have? Would you go into a burning building and say, this job is hazardous? It could be hazardous to my health, but I'm just not going to go in with this gear. See, that's what I think about our wellness, all the aspects of our wellness, practicing, practicing. I'll say that again, practicing our wellness, because it's one thing to know something and it's another thing to do it. So if I come into that classroom and I start our day with a positive song, or I start our day with a mission statement that we created, if I start our day with acknowledging people, not for things that are just academic, if I start my day by sharing how I feel and some things that I'm going to do to help myself through these feelings or to hold on to joy, if I can finish my day with saying something positive, reading a quote, doing a 2-minute breathing exercise, a 2-minute journal, saying something positive, doing something positive and uplifting, dancing, singing. Again, all research based about, just uplifting yourself, sharing feelings that aren't always positive, getting things out of you. If I can create an environment where this is what we do. For one, I protect my wellness. I do what I can to take care of myself, and then I model it. I model it. Not saying that everything is going to be great, acknowledging that, hey, maybe we had a rough day today. So this is especially the time that we need to do these certain things. What if I'm on the front line of helping individuals, me first, be well and do things in a way that are different. Because we could see it from the lens of I'm on the front line of all of the negativity of the low reading scores and the low math scores. Or I am on the front line and I see these things. So I'm going to do my best to trickle in as much love, peace, inspiration as I possibly can. You're on the front lines. So who will you be in that position? I know that it's difficult. It's beyond difficult. So many days. But this is where you are. This is the position you're in. It's a powerful and beautiful position to be an educator, because it's so much more than a job. Be strategic. Make your routines and procedures about you being able to give the students something that's not on the test as well. You being able to introduce them to opportunities for growth. You being able to connect with them through your humanity and saying, this is difficult. Let's try this. Let's do this exercise. Let's take a moment because we're off right now. You're in a position, a unique position, to be a voice, to steer and direct and guide students in a way that they may never forget. You're on the front lines. How will you use that position to, first of all, protect yourself? You got to protect yourself when you're on the front lines. And how do you protect yourself? With your wellness and your purpose. That's number one. You have to decide what your true purpose is, besides getting to retirement, because I know that's real. But what's your true purpose as an educator? Why are you still in this classroom? Who can you impact truly? What seeds can you plant? How? Why? I can't give you those answers, but those are things you need to think about. Also, your wellness is your protection. You're on the front lines. You can't go on the front lines with no artillery. Your artillery is all of your strategies, things that you actually do. You can't have artillery and then leave it somewhere. Some of us know all of the things that we can do, but if we don't practice it, if we don't use it, it's like going to the front lines of a war with no weapons. You're on the front line. And I want to thank you. I say this all the time, whether you decide to stay in the profession for another minute or 30 more years, thank you. Because you're working with people. You're working with our future. The things that you say, positive, uplifting, inspiring, or harmful or hurtful, these kids could remember for the rest of their lives. Take care of yourself. Protect yourself. Love yourself. Make sure that you have a group of educators that got your back, got your six. Connect with them, support each other, because, my dear, you're on the front line.